Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, whoa, hey there. I'm sorry, I was just helping my stepsister get unstuck from the kitchen drawer. But, being stuck kind of reminds you of being stuck losing weight. Especially when you're in college. You're extremely stressed, you're pressed for time, and you're pressed for money. The last thing you'd think about is putting on another requirement for yourself. But I can tell you as someone who has gone through college being 100 pounds plus overweight and is in a healthy weight range and is active and in nursing school now, I can guarantee that being more active not only helps me manage the incredible stress that I'm in at the moment, but also gives me an overall better feeling going through the same, if not more crazy amounts of work that I do. This time around, your boy's making the honor roll in nursing school. Sheesh! I feel like the honor roll that kind of loses its value after 5th grade when they stop giving you those like personal pan pizzas for yourself. But anyway, today I'm going to give you 5 tips that I live by every single day to help me lose weight throughout my crazy nursing school, hectic college schedule. So let's go. So as we all know, you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight, and people do that in very unique ways. I know people who fast, people who intermittent fast, people who cut certain foods, people who eat lesser foods throughout the day, people who eat one big meal throughout the day. There's tons of different ways you can do it. I'm one of those people who like to do the smaller eating in the morning and then a little bit of a bigger meal at the end, because I like putting the yummy foods in my mouth every moment of every day because I love eating. And I just want to make it clear that I actually personally have had a problem with binge eating in the past. I'm not saying that the way to lose weight is to go light in the morning and then insane, crazy, uncontrolled binging at night. I just eat a little less in the morning and then eat a little bit more at night. The way I eat light in the morning, actually, I have this bowl of oatmeal. And before you freak out and turn off the video and say, holy shit, oatmeal is so boring and disgusting and I hate it, I think I have created the most decadent, delicious bowl of oatmeal that I personally have ever had. And the recipe has 15 grams of protein and it's only 222 calories. Here's what you need. So the first thing you want is a flatter bowl, packed with the instant lower sugar oatmeal. You're not training for the Olympia, you're just trying to lose weight. Get the instant oatmeal. It takes like 30 seconds off the 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes it takes to make this oatmeal. Get the instant, okay, this is like 110 calories, bang, you put it in the bowl like that. The next thing is you want to do 1 tablespoon of PB Fit in here, but not do the whole serving yet. You want to do 1 tablespoon of PB Fit into the bowl. So, guys, you got the oatmeal in the bowl. Your tablespoon. 1 tablespoon. Okay, and you just like give it a dry stir. Now here's the very tricky part, right? And the part where you're gonna be like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? But hold up. You get cashew milk or almond milk, any sort of milked nut variety. And here again, this is the part where you want to be careful. I don't want to see you burn your house down, but you put like literally 1/8 or 1/4 of a cup in here, right? You don't want to go like, you don't want to make this wet. You don't want to make this super wet. If anything, you want to hit like, you want to hit the bottom of the bowl of oatmeal. Okay? Now you gotta bear with me. This isn't really gonna be oatmeal. This is gonna more so turn into like a crunchy, chewy granola crunch thing. But yeah. So you wanna just go for a little tiny bit of cashew milk, okay? And you pop it in the microwave for 50 seconds, and then you obviously have to take an obligatory swig of cashew milk because it's like the first thing you're doing in the day. And you're thirsty, and you need to stay hydrated. And while that's going on, you can whip out your non-fat Greek yogurt, and then fruit of choice. I've been doing blueberries for like a month straight. and 1 bottle of sugar-free syrup. I'm gonna make this as fast as possible. I'm gonna have to edit this down. Yeah, probably. I think so. Wow, this oatmeal is super hot, guys. So yeah, you don't really have like your typical wet oatmeal. It's more so moist in the middle. But here, you gotta bear with me here. You get out your weighing scale. You're gonna go for 50 grams of non-fat Greek yogurt. Cool. You gotta give her a lick. You don't want to waste gains. You don't want to leave gains on the table, all right? Do you raw dog your Greek yogurt? That's a very big dick energy move. If you do that, I just want you to know that I do respect you, without even actually knowing you. I respect your tenacity. Next, you want to go for 30 to 40 grams of your berry of choice. Okay, next. It looks just completely weird, but we're not done. We're not done, okay? You want to take the drier-ish, semi-moist, the dry-ish oatmeal, and you want to give her a stir. You want to like mix the Greek yogurt in all clumpy. This is not going to be the most aesthetically pleasing thing. You're in college, dude. I'm in college, bro. I don't got time to spend like 40 minutes on making this gourmet meal. And I as much as I love it, I ate French toast for like 6 months straight, and you have to stop at some point. But it sort of looks like this, right? You're gonna go in dry with a tablespoon of PB2 and just hit it on top. Sprinkle it all over on top. You can put the PB2 away like a responsible good boy or girl. And last but not least, the less than 5 minutes, 222 calorie oatmeal will be done with just you sprinkling sugar-free syrup on the top. And you pretty much have, first thing in the morning, a fruity, peanut buttery, very, very sweet, low-calorie granola breakfast. It's almost dessert for breakfast. It's like 15 grams of protein, 222 calories. This is so hard to go wrong with. It takes 1 bowl. It takes less than 5 minutes. And eating this in the morning tastes good and allows me to eat an entire pint of Halo Top or any sort of ice cream at the end of the night, every single night. So that is my first tip. If you do try this, let me know what you think. I'm gonna go in for a bite. Here, I'll show you what a real good bite looks like. Okay. See that? Wait. I guess this kind of looks like throw up. But like it tastes pretty damn good. I mean, this is not rocket science. I'm not reinventing the wheel. But you know, people sleep on oatmeal, and I feel like this is a super easy way to be on a calorie deficit. The next tip that I have for you guys is actually taking a 10-minute walk after every one of your main meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I feel like a lot of people underestimate how much a 10-minute walk can affect your daily routine. Taking a 10-minute walk increases your NEAT, or your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It makes you burn more calories without having to do this intense, crazy exercise. And that's the thing I want to say now, is that you actually, despite popular belief, you do not need to do this crazy 30-minute ridiculous routine of high-intensity, balls-to-the-wall exercise. You can, as long as you're in a reasonable calorie deficit and you're doing moderate cardio every single day, then you're going to be just fine. After every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I take a 10-minute walk, and not only does that increase my NEAT, but it gives me a chance to take a freaking break, y'all. I know you're in your 20s maybe, or you're in 30, you can be in college, whatever age, but you're in college and you're grinding every single day. You've been sitting at your, I see you. You've been sitting on your computer for like 4 hours. And you have like 2 mugs of coffee, and one of them's been there for like 3 days. You need to take a break. Bring those coffee mugs on your desk. Bring those coffee mugs on your desk. Put them in the kitchen and take a break. Just take a 10-minute walk. It will help you lose weight. It will help you focus on a singular task at hand and almost meditate. So I'm gonna take this 10-minute walk, and I will see you in just a second into the next tip. I feel like this is kind of. Wait. Hey guys, it's Derek, more plates, more dates. Whoa. You really don't need to make a huge, ginormous change in order to lose weight. Actually, I think that losing weight is more so a culmination of a bunch of small changes that you can make every day. Eating the breakfast that I did and taking the walk that I did you could do all of that in like 20 minutes. And I know that despite your crazy schedule, you probably do have 20 minutes to just devote to bettering yourself and exercising. And I promise you, I guarantee you, this is going to make you feel better and do better in school and other activities. So as I said, I am actually in school too, and I'm watching the boys while I'm doing homework. This Tuesday I have a double exam day. I have a physical assessment exam as well as a pathophysiology exam on the endocrine system. It's really funny that I just made a more plates, more dates joke. I could probably watch more plates, more dates to study the endocrine system and do better on my test. Just taking you through my day, I kind of want to practice a little bit for the exam that I have, and then we'll go on into the next tip. So y'all get to see me practice my physical assessment routine. Do you like my picture? My picture? Oh, this is a person. I'm gonna pretend this is a person. Mr. Exotic, how are you doing today? My name is Robert. I'm gonna be your nurse. For today, I'm gonna perform a head, eyes, ears, nose, and throat exam on you. If you don't mind telling me what your full name is, where you are, the year, and the president currently. If your jaw can open and close, cranial nerve. Whoa, what cranial nerve is it? I still got some studying to do, clearly. Speaking of small decisions, and not just the ones that my girlfriend has to make every time she comes over on the weekend, I feel like one of the biggest points in losing weight while you're in college has to do with the fact that you're studying and you're cramming a crazy amount, and you're also starving and you forget to eat, and that's when you find yourself at the McDonald's drive-thru or any sort of fast food, and all of a sudden you've crammed 1,300 calories in your mouth of the yummy, tasty hamburger. But as I said before, you really don't have to cut out fast food completely in order to lose weight. I have compiled a small list of a few options that you could go to, and a few options that I usually eat every time I hit up fast food as well. Everything on here I think is like 500 to 550 calories, and all the things around here have, I think, 16 to 20 grams of protein. You don't have to cut out fast food completely. In fact, I think I'm gonna go put a yummy, tasty, delicious Big Mac in my mouth now. Alright guys, the yumminess has been obtained. I know you're inclined to do something like continuing to study while you eat, or continuing to work on whatever you're working on while you're eating, but I actually think that that is a very toxic cultural stigma that has just been pushed way over the top, and it's actually given us as a society a horrible, unhealthy habit of working while we're eating. My next tip for you is just to, when you're eating an actual meal, take 10 minutes to stop what you're doing and just slow down and appreciate your food. You can actually appreciate the taste and the food itself, and I actually personally believe that you will feel more satisfied and full after you've acknowledged that you've eaten a meal instead of just shoveling it down while you're working on other stuff. So instead of commenting about how yummy and tasty and delicious this Big Mac is, I am actually going to put my phone down and just enjoy eating this, and then get back to work and leave you with one last tip. The last thing I want to talk about today is something that I call the Korean drama analogy of healthy eating habits, right? I don't know if you've seen Korean dramas, but there's a lot of scenes where there's a bunch of people and they're eating these like bowls with rice and beef and stuff, and you're looking at the screen, you're like, I could eat 7 of those and then go have McDonald's right after. At least I am. And there's usually also like a love triangle, and yeah, but basically I'm trying to explain how are these people eating so small portions, or at least regular human-sized portions, when you're like us and you're stressed and you have crazy appetite issues and you can like literally eat 4 Big Macs in a row. Taking a look at these people sitting there and eating, notice that they're sitting there and they're talking, and they're not doing something crazy distracting. They're talking amongst themselves and enjoying their food. And I think that actually is something that kind of goes overlooked nowadays. You're eating and you're working, like I said earlier. And one of the things that you can notice is that they're eating possibly with chopsticks. Maybe they're using the tiny spoon that they're putting the stuff on, but they're eating with chopsticks, right? If you've used chopsticks, one of the things you may notice is that you can't really shovel in tons of food or tons of rice really fast. You actually have to take tinier bites and take your time eating it. And in that silly, very generalized analogy of a Korean drama dinner table scene, you have people sitting down, talking and eating their food and appreciating it, not distracting themselves from it, and they're eating it slowly because they're using smaller bite-sized utensils rather than using a big spoon or a big fork. I don't know if you've noticed this over here in America, we actually have very large utensils, so we're literally naturally, our environment is making us eat things bigger and faster. I don't know if you saw this earlier in the video, but I was actually using a teaspoon instead of a tablespoon to eat my oatmeal, and that helps me appreciate that regular size of oatmeal like a normal person would, because I could eat 4 of those bowls of oatmeal in the morning if I really wanted to. But I sit there, I take my time eating it, I take smaller bites, and I appreciate that food. So if you combine all of these things in the video, you count your calories, you're eating in a certain way that helps you eat the stuff that you want to, and you're taking breaks to do something active, 10-minute walk, super easy, and you're also sitting down to enjoy your food instead of working through your meals. And then at the very end, if you really are someone like me who has a giant appetite but wants to eat like a regular human being, you can incorporate things like using chopsticks or using teaspoons instead of tablespoons, and those things are going to be huge in driving weight loss when you're doing college or you're crazy busy. You don't have to make major drastic changes like I'm never eating bread again. No, you can just make these small changes, and it actually over time will change your life. It changed mine. I used to weigh 100 pounds I used to be 100 pounds overweight. I'm now clocking it at a solid 178 instead of 270. Those were some of the small things that I do every single day to maintain this weight loss. And if you decide to do any of this stuff too, then let me know. And as for me, I hope I'm going to go study and then probably go to the gym. It's squat and biceps day. So whatever you're doing, I hope that you get it done, knock it out, and incorporate some things that make you healthier too. And as for the rest of your day, I hope it goes super sick. And I will see you in the next one. I've been Kuya, this is Average Genetics, and we out.